I must say that from the very beginning I was dazzled by the common man that is within him. He is a man of the dirt. He grew up that way. He's the first in his family to go off to college, came from a really small town in New Mexico, and all of that shows in his everyday personality.
He and his brothers and sister were the first to graduate from college. I think that he relates a lot to students who are underrepresented. He feels a connection to them because he had to go through that when he was a young man.
His experience, his past, has made him someone that can be approachable and humble. He understands where students are at. He understands the struggles of working class students and underrepresented students.
So I think what makes Dr. Ortiz a good leader is just his involvement and his dedication. It really reflected in athletics. He's at every event, every student event. He really connects with people and he knows what they want, and I think he does a good job of weighing the interests of the students in all his decisions.
He just always made it just a fun environment, just a good guy to be around. So I think the campus is really going to miss that presence that he had there.
I think one thing that the President has a very clear sense about, the distinctive mission of the CSU, and the President understands that mission. That's reflected in his support for the Division of Student Affairs and their strong commitment to maintaining diversity, even as we're trying to raise numbers around here.
Well, President Ortiz was one of the first presidents in the United States to sign a commitment to become a carbon neutral university. And I have been to meetings down at the Chancellor's office where representatives from other campuses have said things like, we want to be where Cal Poly Pomona is in terms of various environmental initiatives that they're advancing.
And I think that President Ortiz has vision, and he is very concerned that Cal Poly be recognized as one of the outstanding campuses amongst the CSU, and I think across the nation. And by promoting the image of our faculty as being teacher scholars, I think that he has really helped us stay ahead of lots of other campuses, and I think that in ways we are a model for them.
I think President Ortiz had the right leadership formula. He was very supportive of the faculty and staff, and the students were always a priority. I think he was very involved with the campus activity, whether it was attending the basketball games or going to the plays sponsored by our theater department.
For Mike, one of his real strengths is his ability to engage with students and faculty and staff, and his ability to remember names and faces.
Michael has helped me understand the importance of every single individual. Every person is special in the eyes of Michael Ortiz.
He knows everybody's name. He is just one of those kind of people who feels that everybody plays a part in making this university run.
I believe that the President's greatest strength in working with faculty is the fact that he is a person of great warmth himself and great passion for this institution.
He's also one of the best mentors around on our campus. As much as he's a president and the leader of this campus, he has mentored so many professionals and staff. He keeps tabs on all of us in his very caring way.
I think President Ortiz was at his best during the budget crisis. It was a difficult time. He made some hard, difficult choices. He stood behind those choices, and in a very meticulous way, he articulated to the campus community why he made those choices. And I think this is the essence of leadership. I think it's easy to be a good leader during good times. It's more difficult to be a good leader during bad times. And I think President Ortiz was a good leader during good and bad times, which made him excellent.
We had our budget reduced by 22% in 2009. It's a hard sell to tell students one thing, that your fees are going up because the budget's cut, to tell faculty that there won't be any raises, to tell your staff that yes, that's right, you used to have 10 people in your department and now you have 3 and you're doing exactly the same amount of work you did when you had 10 employees. But he was able to do that with his personable and outgoing style and convince everybody we're in this together, we're going to survive. And we did.
One of the biggest accomplishments for Dr. Ortiz during his tenure here has been launching $150 million comprehensive campaign during one of the worst economic times in our most recent history. And now, in 2014, to be able to say we completed that goal is pretty exciting.
Mike and Betty, the perfect first couple for Cal Poly Pomona. When they came here in 2003, it was really wonderful and remarkable. And the fact that they became so engaged in the university community.
Oh yeah, I definitely think they're just friendly and outgoing all the time. I even see them going on walks and I'll see them stop and say, especially Betty, stop and say hello and ask people how their day's going, and I think they have that connection with the majority of people on campus.
There's nothing to describe their love for Cal Poly. They are absolutely dedicated to this university. They bleed green and gold. They go to 2 or 3 different events every day.
She's an unpaid first lady who spends almost full time working for the campus. What more could the state ask for?
Well, I'm sad to see that President Ortiz is leaving, but I know that he has to move on, and I just feel like he's left a very lasting, positive legacy on the university. I think people will really miss him. But I think that the things he's done and the environment that he's nurtured here, I think that's going to remain.
I think Dr. Ortiz's legacy will be that he's left the university in really a great shape. He led us through some really difficult times where we weren't sure where we were going to be and what might the future bring, but I think he's left us in a really good state.
One of Mike's greatest successes as president at Cal Poly Pomona was to bring people together so that we could actually have meaningful conversations. Even if we disagree, we could have meaningful conversations about programs and strategy and vision.
He's had a transformational presidency at Cal Poly Pomona. I mean, any way that you measure the health of an institution, if you look at sponsored research dollars, when you look at the number of faculty and the increased diversity of the faculty at Cal Poly Pomona, when you look at student success, student persistence rates, graduation rates, all of those metrics point northward.
I believe that President Ortiz has really changed the university for the better. I've now been here 15 years, and it's largely because of the leadership of President Ortiz and others like him who've really shown to me the commitment that this university has towards higher education, towards the students, towards the region, that has made me want to continue to be a part of it. And so that to me is the best piece of evidence I have of how positive that change has been that President Ortiz has ushered in.
President Ortiz and Betty, thank you for always being our #1 fans.
Thank you, Mike, for fostering a really wonderful research environment at Cal Poly Pomona.
Gracias from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done for me and for this campus.
We want to thank you for your dedication to the great education over in the community through Cal Poly Pomona.
Thank you so much for being there for me. Whenever I needed you, I knew I could always call on you.
Thank you for your commitment to the environment.
Thank you for all the opportunities you've provided the students at Cal Poly Pomona.
Thank you for all you have done for me the last 11 years.
Thank you for being such a wonderful mentor, and thank you for being such a great friend.
Thank you so much for always supporting staff and allowing us to grow.
Thank you, President Ortiz, for being such a great influencer and mentor in my life here as a student.
Thank you so much for believing in me and trusting in me and giving me great opportunities. We did some terrific things here at the university, and I'll always remember